ஸ்ரீ அரபிந்தோ சொசைட்டி சென்னை கிளையின் சார்பில் நடைபெறும் இந்த சத்சங் சொற்பொழிவு தொடருக்கு அனைவரையும் வரவேற்கின்றோம். இன்று நம்மிடையே உரையாற்ற இணைந்துள்ளவர் திருமதி சுஜாதா பதி அவர்கள். அவர்கள் நம்முடைய சத்சங்கில் நிறைய முறை கலந்து கொண்டு உரையாற்றியுள்ளார். அவர் நம்முடைய ஆசிரம பள்ளியில் படித்தவர். அதேபோல் she has met the mother personally on her birthdays. She has set up a small center, a small ashram-like center in a very small place called Brahman Shuku in Orissa. There, she is conducting study circles and also many programs. Because of that, the face of the village itself has undergone a change. People there used to have the habit of taking, many of them used to be alcoholics, and this ashram has brought about the change in their lives. In fact, her entire family is involved in that work. Her husband, her daughter, everybody is involved in the work. The entire family has devoted itself in spreading the teachings of the mother and Sri Aurobindo. And her daughter, she is, even though she is very young, she has dedicated her life to the mother and Sri Aurobindo. And during the 150th birth anniversary of Sri Aurobindo, she was part of the group which conducted a yatra from Calcutta to Pondicherry, named Janma Bhumi to Yoga Bhumi, or this kind of they covered the entire length and breadth of the country. She was part of that group. I now welcome Sujata ji and ask her to give her talk. Over to you, Sujata madam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Srimad Arvindaya. Vande Mataram to all my brothers and sisters of the Society of Chennai, of Sri Aurobindo Society. Hope I am audible and visible.
Yes.
Thank you. So, whenever I'm told to speak something, whenever Shiv Kumar ji also asked me to speak something, I always try to find a topic which we all can practice in our day-to-day life, in our daily life, which will be an aid to our sadhana. So, as per today's scenario, the present scenario, maximum people are going under stress, they are tensed, depressed, etc. So many programs are also organized and conducted in universities, on different organizations, industries. So, for all these things, but one simple rule, if we can follow in our life, we can, if we can practice it, nothing of the sort will trouble us. And that is to smile. Nowadays, going under depression has become such a fashion. Exactly, we cannot say fashion, but it is becoming such a common thing, common rather disease. It has become like a disease. Before we didn't know of these things. So I just want to share just a joke, we can say. Once a girl asked his father, "Papa, I'm going to, I'm going to depression." So his father said, "Nothing doing, need not go anywhere, just stay at home." Then she went and told her mother, "Oh, Mama, I'm going to depression." So her mother said that, "Okay, go wherever you like, but remember, make sure to come back by evening. Don't delay." The girl was annoyed. No one is understanding her. So I went to her grandmother, and said, "Granny, I'm going to depression." So Granny said, "Dear, it is our sanskara that whenever you go somewhere, inform your family deity, give your prayers, and also inform your parents, and then only set out your foot to anywhere." So, the purpose of my narrating this story is, before the people actually, even in our days, we did not know of these things. Now it has become so common thing among the youth. Once the children asked mother, "Mother, what do you want from us?" Mother said, "I want nothing, but only I want that you should remain, you all of you should remain always happy. My children, remain always happy." So, whenever we are sad, we feel sad, if we can give a broad smile to ourselves, we'll see that uh, we'll feel some changes within, which is going within us. Smile is a small word, just a word, smile. But it is just a small curve of our lips, but it has a great power in itself. Someone has remarked quite humorously that a smile is the happiness you'll find just under your nose. So, we do not need to go anywhere to find our happiness. It is there, just an inch under our nose. It is our own property. We can use it at any time. We can just try a simple test. Let's try to be angry, or let's try to even cry. Rather, if anyone tells us to show our temper or to cry, we'll feel silly, because there is no reason that can make us easily to get angry or to cry. But if we are asked to smile, we can easily do it, because God has created this universe with a smile, and that is our inbuilt property. Only we do not know how to use it. We are becoming quite miser in using it. So, but I know most of us use this message of mother, that if you smile at life, life will smile at you. But it is mostly we use while giving advice or consolation to others. But when it comes to us, when just when we face the thing, we forget everything. Even if someone reminds us that, hey, mother has said no, if you smile at life, life will smile at you. Then what we do, we just get irritated, upset, and say, how do you expect me to smile at this situation? How can I smile? But we have to learn to smile always and in all circumstances. Mother says, if you smile at your sorrows as well as your joys, your suffering as well as your hopes. Because for in a smile, there is a sovereign power of self mastery. So we must learn to smile in all circumstances. Not only that, when we are happy or something goes what we expect in our expectation, even what we do not expect, what we do not like. If we have sorrows, if we are sad, then also that time smile helps us to be happy. Now, let us discuss some of the benefits of smile in general for everyone. Someone has rightly said, a smiling face is a beautiful face. A smiling heart is a beautiful heart. We can see ourselves in mirror with a smile. Then, and next, when we are sad or gloomy, then also we can see. And which one will like? What type of expression we would prefer from others? Jolly expression or or a gloomy one? Of course, we would like to see everyone happy in a jolly expression. So, of course, a smile makes us beautiful. Similarly, if we keep or maintain a smile in our heart, it will reflect in our nature. The smile will reflect in our nature. So, and as an example, we can take the story narrated by the mother. It was a poem which she has narrated in a story way to the children. There was a woman in Persia who sold, I think most of us must be knowing, but still we can just tell the essence of the story. She used to sell honey. She had a very pleasant manner. She treated her customers very politely, with a sweet smile always in on her face. It was not a fake smile. It was not just to attract the customers that she used to smile. It was a spontaneous smile that came from the depth of her heart. So there was always a long queue in front of her shop. Once what happened? Observing this queue, this rush in her shop, an ill-tempered man, he thought, oh, there's a great demand of honey in this town. So I too can start the business of honey to make a good profit out of it. So the next day, he set up his business. So when he set up his business in front of the other shop, so but for his what happened? Whoever came to the shop, just maybe to avoid the rush in another shop, and came to this shop, and when they saw the face of this man, the frowning face, the gloomy face, and when the cult behavior, the way he used to behave he started behaving with the customers, they just kept back the honey with him and went away, left him with his honey, and preferred rather they preferred the big queue there. So the poet says, the mother says that the poet says in the words of the poet, not even a fly ventured on his honey. So at the end of the day, he had earned absolutely nothing. A lady noticed that and she commented. She told her husband that she made a remark: a bitter face makes the honey bitter. So the cheerful woman, she did not smile to attract the customers. It was a reflection of her good nature. Of course, we are not in this world only to buy and sell. We should be here as comrades to one another. These are the words of the mother. And she also says, the good woman's customers felt that she was something more than a honey seller. She was a cheerful citizen in the world. So we can say she had a beautiful face and a beautiful heart. Now the second benefit. We can see life is not so smooth or easygoing. Everyone, everyone is going through problem and difficulties. Here also the solution is to smile. Mother's words, a smile acts upon difficulties as the sun upon clouds. It disperses them. As the sun disperses the clouds when the sun comes up. Similarly, the smile acts upon the difficulties in the same way. She not only said, but also she set an example before us. Most of us must have heard the incident, how mother was informed of a subtle black cloud. It was not a physical one. It was in Shukma we say, a subtle black cloud hanging over the ashram, which indicated some danger or misfortune may befall the ashram. Hearing this, mother just smiled. The next day, the one who had seen this cloud found that it has vanished. Although at first, mother was misunderstood. Why? That this man thought, the sadhak who had informed him, he thought that why mother took the matter so casually, so lightly, and just smiled. But later he understood that it was that smile which helped to swipe out the danger that was to befall the ashram. It was a subtle experience, of course, even physically and materially, how much she had to struggle to set up the ashram, to look after the basic needs of the ashramites. Not only the financial problem, but even to deal with the nature of each sadhak. Was that an easy task? But she never stopped giving darshan and she never stopped to her smile. Yes, we can say that as she is the divine mother, she has the occult knowledge. She can foresee things. Not all of us have developed the intuitive power to foresee the problems. Yet we can practice to keep a constant smile so that the difficulties which was going to befall us will vanish automatically without our knowledge. Just I can give an example. If any of us must have read in the children's magazine, the Tinkle, some series of a Shikari Shambhu, a hunter, it appears in the magazine. He's a coward, but to his luck, whenever he was given an order to trap a wild animal who has either escaped from the zoo or some animals which attack the public, etc., anything of that sort, he would do something not to trap the animal, but rather to save himself from the animal. He would do something very ridiculous just to save himself without being aware that the presence of the animal just around him, somewhere near him. The animal must be near him, but he doesn't know, but he'll do something ridiculous so that he can be saved. He can hide himself from the animal. And that particular activity, what was that made him that trapped the animal. So whatever the funny gestures he makes, that automatically traps the animal and he is always declared as the hero. So similarly, smiling always may seem quite ridiculous, seem to appear ridiculous, but It will help us to push away the difficulties without our knowledge or without being aware of the forthcoming difficulties. First. Secondly, even if the difficulties arise, some difficulties are needed for our experience also. So, if the difficulties arise, it becomes easier to face it with a smile rather than to brood over the difficulties, which will make the situation more worse. We should rather we should smile to overcome the difficulties rather than brooding over it. And when we become sad, when we become depressed, then the difficulties, the situation becomes worse. So sometimes we can say, how can we smile? We become conscious we, while smiling in front of others without any reason. So we can, but we have to develop the habit. If we have developed the habit of an inner smile to remain happy inwardly, then automatically it will reflect in our face. Laughing aloud without reason, of course, is not of a good test, but that doesn't seem to that of course that doesn't seem to be a normal state in a normal state. But smiling is always a feeling of an inner joy. We should not laugh loudly like ha 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 and all this and that is not of a good taste, as mother says. But we can always smile. We can make the habit of smile. Now the third benefit, next benefit we'll speak of, a genuine smile that comes from the heart. It conveys warmth, kindness, and openness that invites connection. We'll see with a smile we can establish a relation with, if you see, just if you do not know a person but you want to be connected with that person, just start with a smile and you will see automatically a connection will be established. Then the next benefit, in our childhood we must have heard that we're always said, see, smile is like a boomerang or a bouncing ball. If you throw at someone, it bounces back to you. It is a natural phenomenon. So while taking this advantage, we can re-establish relation with our opponents or enemies. So mother says, to smile at an enemy is to disarm him. When he comes angrily or with a lot of, he comes back with furious, he comes. So if you just smile genuinely at your enemy, all these things will fall off from him. You'll see if you're going to scold someone and if the guy gives you a very sweet and genuine smile, your anger will also automatically fall off and you may just get calmed down and speak in a very polite manner. Whatever you wanted to speak angrily, that thing you can speak very politely. It is quite obvious. I've experienced with the kids. So next, someone asked mother that one of the question is, one often comes across the percept that love your enemy and smile at him. A hypocritical or a diplomatic smile may be easy to manage, but a genuine smile is impossible to extend to those who have been repeatedly unfair with the dealings. In the dealings, we lose our trust in them. We cease to expect anything good from them. We just show an attitude. Automatically, the attitude which comes from us is not a very good one. It comes like a very coldness and indifference. It is the natural one. So how are we to get over it? How can I get over it? So mother said, you can smile genuinely at an enemy If you're above all insult and offense, if you do not mind anything, if you're above the insult and offense, then only it is possible to smile at an enemy. So, and Mother also says that this is the primary condition for the yogic attitude. But what we think, and yogi, we generally think that being a yogi means we have to remain serious. And or sometimes we have an image even of the divine, of the God. And the divine also is of a serious personality. Many have an impression that Sri Aurobindo was very serious and and never laughed or smiled. But it is not true. The divine has created this universe with a smile. And when we speak of our Lord, Sri Aurobindo, he had such a sense of humor that if we read the book Sri Aurobindo's Humor, written by Nirodharan, we can now know his sense of humor. And Mother also remarked after reading this book, Nirod has revealed another aspect of Sri Aurobindo. So, one incident I would like to narrate just. One evening, we must have read the evening talks. So, when it was going on, so one evening, while Sri Aurobindo was discussing different matters with the sadhaks, Mother entered with a telegram in her hand. And she read out to Sri Aurobindo that daughter's marriage, pray ash. What was written in the telegram? Daughter's marriage, pray ash, A-S-H. And you all must be knowing the meaning of ash. So all looked quite surprised, even Sri Aurobindo. They thought, what is the need of ash in the marriage? So they looked at each other. Finally, a Bengali sadhak realized its true meaning and said in Bengali, instead of Ashirvad, Ashirvad means blessings. Instead of Ashirvad, in short, we write Ash. So everyone felt quite relieved. Okay. But that even Sri Aurobindo, he sighed a sigh of relief and said, "Oh, thank God. I was wondering that how can I send the ash? How can I get an ash? Get the ash? I have also left smoking, so I do not have any ash." And I was also thinking that sending some of the ash collected by Champaklal after the mosquito coil was burnt. So Champaklal used to collect all the ashes of the mosquito coil also. He said, I was thinking to send some of that. So from here, this is just an instance. So we can know how he had such a sense of humor. There are so many other instances also of his humor. So this is to say, divine is never serious. Divine has the sense of humor. He is the eternal smile. His smile is the eternal smile, as said by the mother. So, an yogic attitude is to be able to smile genuinely at an enemy. As it is said, the smile is bound to bounce back and disarm him. So now the next benefit. The medical research shows that when we smile, it creates a chemical reaction in our brain that helps to release some some of the hormones like dopamine and endorphins and serotonin hormones. These are the mood boosting hormones. Dopamine gives us a feeling of happiness, and serotonin release our stress. It also boosts our immunity system that helps to increase the resistance of our body against the diseases. And endorphins work as a painkiller. It can be a physical pain or a mental pain. So it reduces pain. So these are the mood boosting hormones that is released with a smile. So when the hormone level decrease, What happens when it decreases? We go into depression. So feel stress and unhappy. So when it decreases, we feel sad. So immediately, if we can smile, then again these hormones, the stress releasing hormones, will be released. Hmm. Stress removing, sorry, hormones. So this is a smile is a tool for improving our mental as well as our physical health. So there are so many benefits actually of smile, but still we cannot take the advantage. Even if we do not have the urge to smile, we can just artificially smile. At least as we discussed now, the scientific reason of the smile. So if we can just artificially just smile, give a broad smile, that too has the benefits. Now let's see what prevents us from smiling. First thing, our ego. Just first thing, we say that why should I smile? Others are not smiling at me. Okay, you can start. Start with yourself to smile. Then another reason that how can I smile without reason? What will people say? So no, once in a class, a girl was there. She was smiling. Actually, she saw something and she felt like laughing, but she cannot laugh loudly in the class. So she tried to control her laugh, and it became a broad smile on her face. And the teacher noticed, and when she asked the girl the reason of her smile, she didn't say because it was related to some of her friends, and they would have got the scolding. So she wanted to avoid it. So she said nothing. When the teacher was asking what happened, she said nothing. So the teacher got annoyed with that girl and said, "You know, those who laugh or smile without any reason, what are they called? They are called mad. So are you mad?" So from the very beginning, what happens? This type of things are instilled in us that we shouldn't even smile without reason. Okay, now people we're laughing when we laugh loudly, it's a bad test. Okay, but we can smile, but that also has been taken away from us. But now people are becoming gradually becoming quite conscious. Laughing clubs are also made to laugh together to boost our mood and our immunity. So next hindrance is our selfishness, anger, jealousy, etc., which stand against our joy and happiness and prevent us to smile. So when we are angry, we cannot smile. When we are, jealous of something, we cannot smile. So these things also prevent us to smile. And next, our emotion in different situations. That too, these things also prevent us to smile. So, how can we smile? How can we cultivate the habit to smile? So we must remember first our aim of our life, aim of our yoga. Mother said, transformation is not possible until Ananda is fully established in consciousness level, and not before that. Before it is established, we cannot expect of transformation. So if we are finding so much difficulty just to smile, how can we expect the perfect Ananda to be established in our consciousness? So, first we should remember our aim. Aim is aim of our yoga. This transformation, the yoga of transformation. So, we have to establish the perfect Ananda in all our consciousness. Perfect Ananda in our consciousness. So, that is the first step we have to make, to remember our aim of the aim of our yoga. Second, If we're content in whatever we have, without complaining, without comparing, without grumbling, if we're satisfied with whatever mother has bestowed on us, then we can smile easily. Mother has given me everything. Why should I be sad? She knows my need. She knows my weakness. She knows me. So, but she gives when it is time, when it is required. And how much she gives? The quantity it is required. She doesn't give before or after, she doesn't give more or less. We can see in Mahabharata when Shri Krishna gave Draupadi the sari, when did she give? And we must be knowing once there was a cut in Krishna's hand, and Draupadi just tore off her sari and tied over the wound. And Krishna said, I will definitely return this. And he could have given that time also with interest. But where she could have kept. So he gave at the time when it was more, it was absolutely necessary that time. And how much he gave? How much that the requirement, according to the requirement he gave. So mother also knows our problem. So we should be content to whatever situation we have, whatever we have. So, and with a feeling of gratitude. We should always have a feeling of gratitude towards mother. Now, now secondly, we should not judge, not judging others or looking others' fault. And we get annoyed when we start judging others and looking at the fault of others. Who he is doing like that, she is doing like that, and all these things. We are absolutely forget our smile that time. So, because we don't have the right to judge others, so we have to see what we have to change in ourselves rather than judging others and finding others' fault. Then, thirdly, we have to reject our lower nature from all parts of our being, as said by Sri Aurobindo in the second chapter of the book, The Mother. What we have to do from the mind, what we have to reject from the mind, what we have to reject from the vital, what we have to reject from the physical, everything we have to see. We have to be conscious in rejecting. Then only these things, because these things that takes away our smile. So we have to reject consciously. And after rejecting, we have to surrender those things. Then only we can smile. Because mother has taken away, mother will take care of this. Next, we have to develop a strong faith and reliance on the mother alone. If we want something from others, if some help from others, we can ask for help, but our reliance will be only on the mother, no one else, only mother. Because she knows whom to use, when to use, how to use to help us. So we have to have a complete faith and reliance on the mother and mother alone. And mother says, if we have, if we rely on others, we'll just fall flat on our nose, and sometimes it hurts very much. So to rely on human beings, it always makes it gives it hurts us. So, always we should have a feeling that mother is with me and she is there to take care of me. Nothing can harm me. So, we have to have a feeling of gratitude. Once, once a saint was there who had a direct connection with God and he used to speak to God directly. And so, the, another man told the saint that you are speaking to God. When next time you speak to God, please tell him that He has given me so much. Now He can stop giving me. The saint said, okay. He went away. Then another man, he met another man. He said, you are speaking to God. Can you please just tell him that he has given me nothing? At least he can start giving me something. I have only a shirt, nothing else. That saint said, okay. Then when he spoke to God and when he came back, he asked the first person. The first man said, did you say to the God? He said, yes, I told him. And what did the God say? The God said, asked me, if you are showing you have the gratitude for him, you are grateful to him, whatever he has given you. Of course, everything belongs to him. How can I not be grateful to him? I am full of gratitude for him. So, okay, then stop showing this gratitude and everything coming things will stop. He said, how can I do that? He is everything to me, and I cannot just stop means having stop showing my gratitude. He said, okay. Then he went to the second man. He also asked, did you ask God? Did you tell God? He said, of course, I told him. And what did he say? He asked me that is this man? Does this man have a gratitude for me? So, do you have any gratitude for God? So this man said, of course not. So then the saint said, okay, then start having the gratitude and this thing will start coming. Then that man laughed and said, showing gratitude for only a shirt, this shirt. And immediately, just a gust of wind came and blew away his shirt. The shirt was blown away. So, what do we mean by saying this? That whatever we have to have show the gratitude that she knows what is need, what we require, and she gives it accordingly. And but what we do, we should learn actually to give instead of asking for everything. Whenever we go to God, whenever we go to temple or anywhere, even at samadhi, we said, Mother, I want this. Mother, my son is looking for a job. My daughter is looking. I have to look for a husband for my daughter. Please give. Please take care. These things we just go on asking and asking and asking. Yeah. So instead of giving, we just we go on asking. So what do? We use this grace. We use the grace as an ATM. We use the grace as an ATM instead. If we become the ATM for the divine work, that will make us more happy and content. Rather, we should learn to give for the mother instead of asking her for everything. Then only we'll have a sort of smile. We'll have a, we'll be content and we'll have a smile. We'll develop an inner smile within us. Once a man, he was he was visiting the church. That time, just a plate was just a dish was taken from one person to another. He said, whatever you want to give, you can donate. A donation plate, we can say. So a donation box. So this man, when he was in the queue, he was thinking, how much should I give? So he had an intuitive power. He could hear a voice from within. The voice said, everything. So he said, how can I give everything? Probably I heard it wrong. But what should I give? How much should I give? And again the voice said, everything. So he to he just put his hand in his pocket and find out what he has. He said, but I can't give everything because I have to go back to my house, to go back home, and auto fare, I have to give the auto fare and all these things are there. So that time again The voice said, "Give everything." Then he said, "Okay." Then he put in his hand and brought out everything and kept it in the just kept it in the box, put it in the box. Then again the voice said, "Everything." She said, "I have already given everything." Then again, why it said that everything? Again, he put his hand. He saw some change, some coins and all these things were there. So he just brought out the things, brought out those and put it in the box. Immediately, a feeling of content, a feeling of joy overtook him. So when you start giving, we get the real joy, real ananda. So that helps us to smile. So while then these are the things we should practice. And another thing, while doing exercise, we must learn to smile, especially while doing difficult exercise. If we can learn to smile, if we can make the habit to smile, then in life, whatever difficult situation may come, we can smile. So this is the thing that we can smile with, how we can smile at life. Then the next is a constant and conscious chanting of mother's name. That brings a spontaneous smile on our face. If we'll see, if we'll just watch mother's face, or we'll just go on chanting her name, whenever we're connected to her directly by seeing her face or by chanting her name consciously, then we'll see automatically a smile comes on our face. And while satsang, and when we know about mother, when we discuss about mother and Sri Aurobindo, what they have said, automatically we feel an inner joy within us. We have to develop the inner joy. So, lastly, I would like to conclude with one of the mother's message. If one can smile eternally, one is eternally young. If one can smile eternally, always he has a smile out and within, then one is always young. So we can practice it. Vande Mataram to all. Gratitude to the Divine Mother. Let us all smile now and always.
Thank you, Sujata ji. Uh, if participants want to say something, they are welcome. Yes, madam.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, Sujatama. Thank you. Your satsang brought smile. Continuously, we were enjoying yours. From the beginning, the first joke, what you said about getting into depression, till the last message, it was bringing smile in our faces. And the gratitude story was very amazing. Thank you so much, Ma. And constantly I was remembering mother's smile. Mother always sees the devotees with such a big smile, that I was remembering. And after knowing mother, I think we all have less fear and we smile bravely, I feel, uh, with everyone. Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much.
True, it's true, absolutely. After knowing mother, of course, our fear and all these things are becoming less in us.
Yes, Ma. Yes. When we are seeing even unknown person, we are genuinely giving one of our smile. without
Exactly,
any
exactly.
second thought. Yes, ma.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And you have given benefits and what prevents from smile and when all we have to smile. Excellently, you covered everywhere. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Anybody want to say anything? Yes, madam. Yes, Nalini madam. Then Dhanasekaran. Nalini madam, your mic is muted. Unmute your mic, please.
Yes, sir. Please excuse me. Good evening, sir. Namaskar, Ma. The anecdotes you gave are all highly illuminating and really mother, without mother, so I would have been nothing. She has brought a sunshine, smile, everything into our lives. So what you said is very true. Thank you very much.
Thank
Dhanasekaran.
you, Sujata madam. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sujata ji. It's a very nice satsang today. We all enjoyed the importance of the smile, narrated by the mother and Sri Aurobindo. And you said the humor of Sri Aurobindo is a wonderful thing. So everyone, so far I have not seen the smiling face of our Bhagavan, but he has always have humor in his heart that Nirodha had stated many times. So each and every point you have mentioned made us all smiling faces with beginning to the till end. So I welcome you, ma'am, again and again. You please come to our dais. You give such kind of wonderful messages to all our devotees. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Sujata madam. Once again, you are kind enough to participate, and you have today made us really smile and be happy. Really,
Thank you.
all of us literally could feel the happiness coming from within all of us. It is happiness. It's coming from within like a spring. So whatever you communicated, we could experience. This is a this is something very special about this satsang. Whatever you communicated, it not only it was not only received by our mind, but it we felt in our experience. We could experience the happiness. That was the power of your speech, power of the contents of the speech. That's why it made us all very happy. In fact, it brought us I mean, we could feel it. You have spoken many things about the smile and the need of being happy, because mother has told us that mother's children should be always happy, because you said that the smile chases away all depression and troubles as a sun dispels all darkness. Similarly, you have spoken that the smile will chase away not only not only the difficulties we face in our life, but also the difficulties that may befall us, that are about to happen to us. So without our knowledge, these difficulties will vanish from the scene. And if we smile, Mother has also spoken the same thing, that it's easier to face a difficulty when with a smile than brooding over it. And you have stated that how to smile, what makes you to smile. First of all, one should remain happy inwardly, which will make us smile. And then a genuine smile, it opens our hearts, and it creates a very positive vibrations and a good relations with others. And if you smile at others, the smile comes back to you. And you have also told that to smile at our enemy is to disarm him. And Mother has also spoken that to smile at our enemy will cause havoc in his ranks. A smile will cause havoc in our enemy's ranks. Enemy means the depression, the difficulties. These are all our enemies. So as what smile does is, it disarms our enemies. And if you want to really smile, even when somebody insults us, one should be above all insults. And the yogic attitude is always to smile. And he also stated that the smile releases mood boosting hormones that chases away our depression. And one advantage of the smile is that it breaks the limits of our ego. It expands ourself. The smile makes us come out of the shell of our ego. And what prevents us to smile? All negative emotions like jealousy, anger, hatred, all these things prevent us to smile. So if you want to smile, you have to get rid of all these negative emotions. And you also stated that the aim of our yoga is transformation of our external consciousness. That would not be possible without Ananda first established in ourselves. So to establish Ananda in ourselves, a smile is a must. You can't remain gloomy when the Ananda is there. When Ananda is with us, we are bound to smile. And one of the conditions is that one should always remain satisfied with whatever the Mother has given us. Then we'll always be smiling in our life. And one should have a feeling of gratitude. And one should never judge others. Once we judge others, we'll stop smiling at them. And he also stated that your complete surrender to the Mother, a complete reliance on the Mother alone. These are all the things which will make us happy, and we can remain smiling always. And a smile gives a real ananda. And another important tip you have given us, that is constant chanting of the Mother's name consciously. Constant conscious chanting of the Mother's name will make us smile. And you have ended your talk with the Mother's words that to smile eternally, one can remain eternally young. To smile eternally is to remain eternally young. So if you want to remain young eternally, one should smile always. So these are all the very useful tips. See, these tips are not very intellectual or something philosophical. These are all tips which you can put into use in everyday life, and this will improve the relationship with others. Not only that, it will improve our internal state of mind, because unless we improve our internal state of mind, we can achieve nothing. So very, very useful, very beautiful talk. We all enjoyed your talk. Once again, thank you on behalf of Sri Aurobindo Society Chennai and all on the behalf of all the devotees who have assembled here. I would request you to participate more and more in our satsang and share your valuable thoughts and words. Thank you very much, Sujata Madam. Thank you. Now the event will come to an end with a prayer music.